Grand Rising Soul Tribe, Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, comments, mentions of all forms, everything. I appreciate it all. Let's go ahead and ring the bell. Let's clear out the energy, and then we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us this morning. Hey, sis. Someone is having like a delayed reaction, just like that bell ringing was like a delayed reaction. Somebody, it was good in causing you all type of pain, misery, heartache, heartbreak. It was all fun. It was cool. It felt cool doing that, until they found out they weren't liked either. That they found out that they were actually being used as a pawn. They felt played. Bottom of the deck. It's this group they was working with. It's this group that they really wanted to be a part of. And it's the same group that everybody's receiving justice and karma. See, it was somebody that was nurturing them. It was somebody that, was nurturing them and allowing them to be defensive towards you. And it's like now they're seeing that you have a new boo, that you're going in a new direction, and you are getting everything that you want, everything that you deserve, everything that you need. Your needs are being met because this new opportunity has come for you. I feel like it's like a dream job, a dream position. Now that they are realizing that they was just being used, they feel in some sort of way. But you know what? I don't think that you're even really worrying about it, because you always knew that a brighter day was going to come. You always knew that you was going to get the last laugh. And where somebody was just pursuing how they could try and bully you, how they could try and bring you down, they're finding out that you get the last laugh. Hey, Jody. Hey, Ayana. Now this person wants to explore, possibly explore being a part of your group. Explore, what it's like over on your side. Now somebody wants to see, maybe they could schmooze up to you because they're feeling played. They're feeling used. They feel like they was coerced or something into causing you conflict, like they was told it was okay. They was assured it was okay. They was assured that you even like that type of disrespect. That's the only reason they did that. Had they known that you really didn't appreciate that, they would have never did that. But they was told and assured a few times that you liked it. They want to feel like that they was manipulated into causing you some type of conflict. And now that somebody's feeling the wrath, now that karma was like, hey, aren't you so-and-so? I never forget a face. Now they feeling a bit stressed. Now that judgment has been called, now they feeling a little, awkward. Maybe they could just laugh it off. Hey, straight cheese. Especially since everything is out in the open. Hey, light worker William. Especially since somebody didn't ever try and use any caution, didn't say, well, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe everything is not as it seems, while they were sitting here gossiping with everybody else. They didn't use any caution when they was gossiping. It was all good. And they didn't even wonder why somebody was trying to cause you a hard time. Once again, they feel like, you know what? They feel like you did something to cause everybody to dog pile on you, gang up on you, gang stalk you, cyber stalk you, period. And now they're starting to think back. That's weird. Like they're recollecting. They're going into the memory bank, and they're thinking about a particular time, a particular day, a particular conversation when somebody's true nature was being shown. How somebody had let it slip that, oh, I'm going to get this dirty bitch or this dirty bastard if it's the last thing I do. Like somebody's true self came out, popped out for a little bit. How somebody had said that they was going to bring an end to somebody, to you, collective. Now they're kind of remembering something like that. How somebody said they wanted to knock you off your throne. They wanted to knock you off your, this collective. I always want to walk around with a smile on their face. I always want to act like it's all good. It's all good. See, they forgot about that. Like they forgot about how they was trying to have you look at yourself in a distorted type of view. Like you shouldn't have been happy. You shouldn't have loved yourself. You shouldn't have respected yourself. You shouldn't have had standards. That kind of weird shit, Now that things are moving forward for you, on your behalf, at a quick rate, and you're being seen as someone to look up to, now this person is having a little bit of discernment. Now they kind of like the logic is clicking in, them thinking about things all the way through instead of just halfway. Now they starting to kind of remember. Now they feel like a fool because there's nothing that they can do to bounce back from this, They was even told, hey, Malcolm, they was even told, hey, Lightworker William, that 8231 page home, that you know what? Even if they did all this shit to you, all they got to do is flash that $1 million smile in your direction. And you'd be like, oh, it's all good. It's all good. Consider it forgotten. It's all good. You good? I'm used to this shit. Hey, Carla. See, there's a whole lot that this person is realizing that they didn't see. There's a whole lot that this person did not take into consideration or into account. There's a whole lot about this whole situation that somebody refused to see. Especially who they decided to work with. Especially who they decided to attack you with. Or try and curse you with. Now this person wants to be a little diplomatic. They want to, maybe I shouldn't come confirmation. Maybe I shouldn't come full throttle. Maybe I should just kind of tone it down a little. Maybe I should just try and look at everything before I approach collective. Especially since this person sees that the Most High is turning that wheel of fortune in your favor. Now this person is sitting here thinking about this action that they caused, that they took, and whereas maybe they didn't even have to do that. Maybe that was where they should have stopped. They should have paused. They should have thought about it first, because they should have thought about, well, what if I do this and it don't turn out the way I'm thinking? Or what if I do this and I get caught? There's a thought. What if they get caught? See, now there's somebody wants to talk about, how they feel like they are in pain because of this decision that they made. Like I said, logic has taken hold and shaken the shit out of somebody. Hey, Simone, how are you? Somebody, they feel like they may have that. What is that where you shake a baby so much that it moves their brain around? Somebody's feeling like they got that shaking syndrome. Because logic has shaken the shit out of somebody. Somebody feels shook. Especially since they was doing this shit for a long time. Oh, it was good and it was gravy when it was all you. But maybe somebody is kind of realizing they did a little bit too much. Maybe they realizing they shouldn't have did shit at all. Like they say, what you put out is what you receive. Hey, create. What you give is what you get. Like they say, the whole, the world, it's like somebody should have closed the cycle. They shouldn't have, they boomerang themselves. Now somebody can understand that boomerang effect. Now they understand what the hell that actually means. See, people is looking at this person now. On the internet, they may be talking about this person. They may be chastising this person. They may be dogging this person. But they doing something. Everything has come full circle now. Everything has come full circle now. Hey, Queen Classic, how are you? And now somebody realized that they shouldn't have taken place in this at all. They should have tried to go in the calmer waters a long time ago. They should have told people, you know what? I don't feel cool. I don't feel comfortable treating collective like that. Let's not do that. Let's act like we're humans. Let's act like we have sense. Common sense at that. Let's not act like Neanderthals. Let's not act like we just came straight from the cave. Let's act like we've evolved some. Because like I said, somebody is a little scared about this choice that they have made. Especially when they got this message, hey, touche, about a certain partnership in their life. Like they got a message about a particular partnership in their life that they're a part of, that they never, ever, ever really conceived that they should have been thinking a little bit deeper then. Like somebody realized, maybe somebody was digging through some papers one time and they find some papers, that show that you really, from a long time ago, really to find out that you a whole genius. Your IQ is like 180, 190, 210, 230, 250, 333, something, I don't know. And they dig a little deeper because they're like, well, shit, if collective's IQ is that high, I know mine is high. And they dig a little bit deeper and they find their paper and they're like, wait a minute, is this missing a digit? Because this says 79. What the hell? Does it mean 179 when it says 79? Or just 79 flat? See, somebody's starting to think about something a little differently now. Because they realize they're not in the position that they thought they was in. Hey, Melissa, aka Hypsee, HFC. Yeah, it's they feeling a little, they feeling a certain type of way now. Uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Now they feeling just like, damn, can't explain it. But see, somebody gonna have to have some courage to admit the shit that they was investing in. To admit that, yeah, they fucked up. Somebody gonna have to have some courage. Hey, SNK Pokey, how are you? Now that they understand and are a little bit wiser as to, the position that they allow themselves to be in. Could have been by a witch, could have been by a warlock, but now someone is seeing that they was not as smart as they thought that they was. And maybe not as privileged as they thought that they was. Now that the truth has come out, but it's a little bit too late because they didn't already fuck themselves, so to speak. Because they realized that caused a whole lot of conflict for no damn reason. Hey, Yolanda. The whole time somebody thought that they was the privileged one, that they was destined to have everything that they needed, everything that they wanted. But they found out this little secret. And the secret was that you was the one who was always going to be victorious. You was the one who was always going to have everything that you wanted and needed. Hey, Addie, how are you? Now somebody has to kind of go within. I feel like this person did some more research. They had to look at things a lot closer. And what they finding out is nothing that they really envisioned in the first place. This person is starting to look at things differently. They're looking at everybody a little suspect now because they realized they was played. They was played. They, like I said, somebody realized they should have been the one to balance the situation out. They should have stepped up to somebody else's to your defense and say, hey, this ain't right the way we trying to treat collective. Get behind me, collective. I got you. They should have stood 10 toes down for you. Because now they need a helping hand. See, this emperor, they finding out somebody needs some healing. Like psychological healing. Like for real help, like check that motherfucker in and throw away the key. Somebody needs some healing. And this person is the same person who they refuse to leave. They refuse to leave that motherfucker alone. And now they feel like they caught up. And shit just ain't right. Shit ain't going right. Shit don't smell right. Shit don't sound right. Shit don't feel right. They realize a little late, the wrong way, kind of like fucking themselves, that fulfillment that they thought was going to be fulfillment, that shit ain't fulfillment at all. They deceived themselves. Hey, High Priestess 369. Hey, Melissa. Yep, I saw it 111 and 44. Hey, Warrior CC 121. Yeah, they realized that shit wasn't as fun as they thought it was going to be. Didn't turn out the way that they thought it was going to turn out. Didn't feel the way that they was told it was going to feel. They didn't get that, that euphoric high the way they was told. It felt more like, somebody drinking Mad Dog 2020 mixed with some Thunderbird, mixed with some Everclear, mixed with some other type of cheap-ass bottom shelf liquor, and waking up the next day. You know how you feel that queasiness, that sick, that I just want to kind of hang out by the toilet, by the bathroom in case I come out this way or the other way. Somebody feeling like that. They feeling like death. That's how they feeling. Especially knowing that they messed up a whole relationship with you. A loving relationship. Especially that part. That's why they feeling sick to their stomach. That's why they feel like they want to Earl. Because now somebody realized the truth. The truth about y'all's relationship. Hey, baby Yoda. Whew, somebody got to be feeling set free because they found out the truth. Just like somebody that felt like it was cool to be a part of a secret club, and they thought the club was called the Spa Club, but it was spelled a different way, SPAU. And they just used to like, yeah, I'm part of the spas. I'm part of the spas. I'm part of the spas. Only to find out when they was looking at that piece of paper that said their IQ was 79, that's when they realized and they look at the top of the page that they belong to the club Slow People Are Us. They're like, wait a minute, this got my name on this paper. I'm not slow, am I? Make you kind of stop and think. Make you kind of pull back a little bit. Make you kind of start to sit here and think about all the stupid shit that you done did, all the stupid shit that you done said, all the stupid moves that you done made, all the stupidity in your life, only to find out that you was the slow one, not the collective. Collective could see you all day long. Collective was sitting back like, Lord have mercy. Oh, It makes something whenever the truth comes out. It makes a big difference because now somebody see they should have left this group that they felt so like I can't leave them. I can't leave them. If I leave them, they're going to think I'm crazy. If I leave them, they're going to think something is wrong with me. Well, now they realize with that clarity They should have left a long time ago. Okay, we back. They don't want this message to come out. They don't want anybody to know that they have a low IQ, that they are the stupid ones. They don't want anybody to know. See, now this person realized, like I said, they should have tried to balance this situation out. As soon as they saw some shit brewing, that's when they should have said, no. Collective, get behind me. Look, you're not going to mess with my collective. Leave him or her alone. It's okay, collective. It's okay. Come here. You okay. See, they realized they should have did that shit as opposed to being on the other side like, yeah, let's throw rocks. Here, let's do this. Let's do our own shit on them. You know, now they realize how slow they are. They realize how stupid they looked. They realize all of that shit, literally and figuratively speaking. What's the message? What's the message, Spirit? No sound? Sis, you said no sound? Can y'all hear me? Hello? Can y'all hear me? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Lightworker William. Sis, you may need to refresh or something. Hey, Alicia, Alshina, okay. See, somebody realized, that you moving forward. You don't have time for the bullshit. Figuratively speaking, you ain't got time for that bullshit. And you was too strong. That's why you was unmoved. That's why you was unbothered. Somebody should have recognized that. They should have thought, why are these people sitting here, in this family? Why are they sitting here doing all this? Somebody should have did their math. Somebody should have tried to figure out, is this the right people for me to collaborate with? Especially coming up against an empress. Is this the right group that I need to be involved with? I know that they all are part of the spa group. And I like wearing that little vinyl jacket too. But should I? Shouldn't I? They could at least picked up one of those daisies, where they did the, he loves me now, he loves me, They could at least did that. That would have been a lot better than them just jumping in like, hey, count me in. What are we doing now? Hey, 007 Maniac. What's the message, Spirit? Boy, I tell you, what it feel like when we finally wake up in the morning. Like I said, somebody feel like they are on this. They sick to their stomach. But it's too late because they made this decision to do that. They made a decision not to look at how other people were sitting there trying to, with the 10 of Wands, overpower you, put all this pressure on you, curse you. They didn't want to see all that. But now they're seeing it, especially since everybody's getting judgment and it's all out in the open and everybody see what they was doing. People is like, wait a minute. What did you think SPAU meant? Whenever people was walking around and they's looking at you like, oh, you part of that spa group? And this person was like, yep, I sure am. I'm part of the spa group. SPAU. And people was like, It was like looking at those people like haters. Haters. only to find out they wasn't haters. They was sitting there thinking this person must be the lowest of the IQ people in that group. Hey, Brenda. Blessings to you too, sweetie. What's the word? What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Somebody feel like a fool. They really do. They feel not only foolish, but they feel like a grade A fool. What's the message? And like I said, now somebody want to be diplomatic with you. Because they see that, you know what, the Most High is looking at them. And the Most High is judging them for how they treated you. See, they didn't care that they didn't care about you back then. They didn't care that they didn't show you the respect and the kindness and the concern and the caring and everything else that you did to them, that you did for them. They didn't care that they basically gave you their ass to kiss. They didn't even care when they was like, everybody was encouraged to do the monkey, where they picked up shit and threw it at you. They didn't care about none of that. But now they care. Now they care because, especially since that same team that they was working with, came after them. Now they care that everything is balancing itself out. Do unto others as you would hope that they would do unto you. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. And all that other stuff is written in black and white in the Bible. They say it time and time and time and time again. All somebody had to do was pick up a copy, open it up, and start reading. Hell, they ain't even have to read that far. They could have read about Cain and Abel. How did that shit work out? You gonna take out your brother and expect to live a wonderful life? How did that shit work? They talk about it over and over and over again in the Bible. But see, somebody thought that they had all the answers. That's why it was a shock when they looked at that piece of paper and they was like, why my number only 79 and Collective's number is 333? I thought it was impossible to have a 333 IQ. What's the message, Spirit? Confirmation to high IQs, to the high IQ collective. Confirmation, baby. What's the message? See? What's the message, Spirit? Anything else from this deck? Thank you. Yeah. They know they are. They done lost a good thing. They know they on the losing end. They on the bottom of the wheel. They know they are on the bottom of the wheel. Bottom of the wheel. Bottom of the totem pole. They pulled the short stick. They short straw. They did all of that. That's them. They know that. And they know you are not waiting around for them. You ain't waiting around for them for what? For what? For them to play more games? For them to cause some more conflict? What you waiting around for? You are protecting everything that you worked hard for. What you waiting around on them for? Hey, Rhonda. You know, they was dreaming. They was in a fantasy world when they thought that their stuff was fun. Now they know, I really didn't even enjoy that. It was just all a dream. It was all made up. It was all to get me off my path. It was all to stop me from maturing, getting a little wiser, learning something from somebody who knew a lot more than what I knew. It was all a dream. Now they like I said, they feel foolish for everything that they put out to you. Because now they understand that generosity or lack thereof is coming right back to them. They feel foolish. They trying to act good now because they feel like, well, if I come in and I act like trying to be diplomatic, like I'm trying to see both sides. It's like I'm trying to protect the collective now. That God is going to bless me. God was like, no, it don't happen like that. I'm not a fool. I ain't foolish. I'm not foolish. What's the message, Spirit? Chosen or anointed, they two different things. Two different thongs. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. What's the message? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Yeah, see, now somebody thinking about who they collaborated with and what they actually put in, and was it really that fun? Now they thinking about all that. It means something, hindsight. But hindsight is too late, ain't it? Hindsight means it's already been done. There ain't no coming back. There is no resurrection of no BS. You cannot take the shit that you threw out and try and scrape it off and impact it back up in you. It's too late. The shit has already been done. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Thank you. And somebody feel like they want to escape. If they could only get away from these people that they once celebrated with, then they would feel good. Hey, Beatrice. If they could only find a way to escape, if they could only find a way to get out of this whole situation that they put themselves in. What's the message, Spirit? Exactly. There are no do-overs in life. Once you make that decision, it's a wrap. All you can do is try and redirect yourself. Now somebody wants some healing. Now somebody wants to understands the importance of thinking about what it is that you're doing before you do it. Now somebody understands the importance of don't listen to everything that everybody tell you, or don't believe everything that everybody tell you. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor. That's the one that got them into trouble. Something about this Emperor, and told somebody to leave this star alone. Leave that star alone. Go get you a mediocre person. Stop messing. Get your head out the clouds. Quit thinking that you can get this 10. Go get you a 3, a 3.5, and be happy. See, now they realizing that the messaging was off. The messaging they heard it. They was like acting on it. But it's that messaging that got them in their feelings. They said that they even listened to that mother trucker. And they really said because you are at the top of the wheel. You told somebody, you was like, spa ain't what you think it is, boo. You don't want to you don't want to get in them waters. That's not the spa that you're thinking. You thinking of an SPA. Okay, that's totally different. That means something totally different. You was like, They was like, don't tell me. You don't own me. You don't tell me nothing. I tell you, da 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 da, because so-and-so said, the emperor said, and this and that and the other. And I'm going to listen to the emperor because the emperor seemed like this. And they even said, the emperor said you was going to say this. You was like, okay. Now somebody want to come and apologize. Now they want to start over with you. Thank you, Beatrice. Now they want to start over with you because they see that, you know what, you wise. You got the game and gone with it. Now they want to see all this stuff. And not just that, but you speaking the truth. And they sitting here watching you, very tempered, very angelic, very into yourself. Just remain in balance, and they know that God is around you. And you know what? This old dark warlock is pissed off because they can't control you. They cannot control you. Somebody's very upset because, see, they didn't think that you could see them being a little devil, walking around with them horns and then that tail. But you did. You peeped all that game. Now they want to come and not just apologize. You know, they ready to, they thinking about the apology, and they ready to come forward with that apology. Because now they realize that you stronger than everybody that they work with. Everybody that they was on the same team with, you outsmarted them, you stronger than them, you more courageous than them and everything. Hey, the solar type. Now somebody's remembering what it was like with you. They was very happy. They was content. They was secure. You know, they felt like they was maturing. You know, they felt good about themselves. They didn't wake up with that sick feeling. And everything that they was doing for the longest, it wasn't getting them nowhere. You know, they realized now that somebody was trying to hold them back, telling them that they could go get you, you can get you. Who that? Is that a 4? That's good for you. You deserve a 4. Don't get no 10 now. A 10 is gonna get in your pocket. Go get you a 4. Excuse me. Yeah, see, somebody realized that they should have went to that calm waters as opposed to getting themselves caught up. Confirmation. Instead of getting themselves caught up, they should have went to calmer waters. They should have said no. Now they realize everything that they put out is coming back, and it just don't feel good when it come back. That giving and receiving. As you give, you shall receive. It just don't feel good. And they see that you protected yourself. You fought for yourself. You stood up for yourself. No matter what people was talking about all around the world, you didn't care. You didn't care because you knew that they was all part of that SPAU group. Somebody confused. They're confused why they had to listen to what the hell this King of Wands, this warlock even said. They confused. They don't want to accept that they have a low IQ. They don't want to accept that they was made honorary chair member of the SPAU. And they don't even like that they was appointed honorary. Like they couldn't even run and obtain the position themselves. You know, especially whenever they realize that they should have been with you. They should have honored you. Like they say, honor your mother and your father. Confirmation. But see, somebody tricked them out their spot. Now somebody, they heart is open and they want to travel towards you. They want to invest in you, in your relationship. They want to invest in having, these two loving people around. See, I feel like this is somebody realized now that they listen to the wrong motherfuckers. They should have been listening to you, because I feel like now they want to invest in this and being, with this mother, this father. It's like they allow somebody to say, "Yeah, don't listen to your mama, don't listen to your dad." But now, as truth is coming out, they should have listened. They should have been all on board. They should have had your back, because they're feeling left out in the cold. They feeling awkward. They feel like a part of them is not there. And Spirit said that is what your ass gets for sitting here not realizing that somebody was trying to get you off your path. They was trying to start shit. They was encouraging you to throw shit. This is why somebody feel, what's the word I'm looking for? Off balance. That's not the word I'm looking for, but that's the word I'm gonna say. That's why somebody feel off balance. This is why they can't sleep. They in their feelings. They sad. They depressed because of who they chose to work with, instead of them believing that better was coming in. See, had they worked with you, because you told them better is coming. You told them the truth when you said, "Hey, God wants you to get rid of what you don't need, so that you can have what you do want and need." But they didn't want to hear that. They didn't want to hear that. But now they have no choice but to realize it. Get rid of what you don't need, so that God can bless you with what you do need and want. Hey, Yaboki, how are you? Nope, I wasn't looking for the word incompetent either. Hey, J Mike. Hi, Lisa. See, somebody should have been on their guard. They should have had the strength to protect you, protect themselves, and go their own separate way, especially whenever it came to this relationship, especially when it came to the truth coming out about this relationship, especially because now they see that, you know what, they were the sacrifice. They was the one who was stabbed in their back. It was them that was stabbed in their back, not you, because you always knew the truth. Like somebody was sitting here trying to tell them, like with this boom boom stick, like somebody sitting there trying to tell them that somebody, like an outsider was trying to tell somebody like who they daddy or who they mama was, when the outsider has no fucking idea. Now they realize they should have stopped long enough to think that maybe you knew, especially if you was the one of the two, the daddy or the mama. People do that. They said, no. Your daddy name ain't Roger. Your daddy's name is Curtis. Trust me, I know. That's why Curtis always coming around. Curtis always doing this, always doing that. That's Curtis. Only to find out that Curtis was sleeping around with, Aunt Charlene or grandmama or some shit like that. That's the only reason that Curtis was ever coming around. Not because Curtis was really, and then only to find out that, you know, you got some DNA test or something, only to find out that, damn, Curtis ain't my damn daddy. See, somebody realized they was a little slow. Especially whenever they decided to end a relationship or end contact or try and even put an end to you. They realized now there was a whole lot of secrets going around. They realize now they should have just stayed their little ass the fuck up out of it. Especially now that judgment is here and they're being looked at like they a straight fool. Especially whenever it came to somebody talking about where they belonged and that they didn't belong there at all. They should have went on their own little path using their own mind. You know, now they realize that it was somebody who was into the dark arts that was trying to get them off path, get them off track, start a war with you, curse them and everything else because this person didn't feel good about themselves. See, now the truth is, the lies is out and you being seen as the victim. You being seen as the only truthful one there. Now they realize they shouldn't have listen to these gossiping goose or geese. They shouldn't have been part of that gossip. They shouldn't have been part of the mischief of the lies. You know, especially whenever, you know, like I said, the other one who spoke truth was telling the truth about the relationship and about who they really belong to. See, they was causing you pain and it was all good and fun until they realized they wasn't really liked, that they was being misled, that they was the one who was being looked at like they had a slow ass IQ, like they was, like I said, an honorary member of the spa group, thinking that it was something good. No, they was appointed an honorary chair of the slow people are us. No, that ain't good. That ain't never good. All right, y'all. Oh, let's go ahead and swing the pendulum. I'm going to get ready to jump off of here, do my straight 8, and I'll be back this evening. So think of your question. Think of your question, and let's see which way that the pendulum swings. All right, what's the answer, Spirit? Which way is the pendulum going to swing today? Looks like it is going left or right, so the answer is no. Yep, looks like it's a no. All right, y'all. Thank you so very much. I appreciate everyone, and we will see each other this evening. Have a wonderful Wednesday. And remember, if we don't do anything today, let's not act like monkeys at the zoo where we get our own shit and throw it at somebody. Let's not be part of the spa. All right, y'all. I love you all. See you this evening. Bye now.